It's the bump for you?
It's the bump.
Honey,
It's the bump for me. It's the bump for me.
You know, when I go to Kisumu, people say I'm from there.
Aye.
I was even given a Kisumu name.
Aye.
Today is the day of the titties.
We have started off
your
quite
followers
well.
are not ready for
We have
me.
started off quite well. Everybody, I'm Kitt Nyang'aya and today I have Jules.
Hey.
I'm fangirling. I am fangirling right now. I really like you, Jules. I have said, I was telling her at the breakfast table where I served her eggs and bread.
I came into her house, I was like, do you have eggs?
Do you have food? Feed me, please. I love it. For me, I feel like we're already friends.
Yeah.
Just because you asked me for food.
Okay, yeah. And then maybe because I walked in and I didn't feel, you know, sometimes you go to somebody's house
and you feel
tense. So if somebody says, can I offer you anything? You just say, I'll just have water.
Thank you, I'll just have some water.
But you're like, what do you want?
You are starving.
Yeah, you're like, what do you want? Do you want this? Do you want this? I'm like, actually, do you have eggs? I haven't eaten breakfast. I'm so hungry. And she's like, okay. And she went and cooked for me. I'm just like, you see,
I am wife material at this point.
I'd marry you. Yeah, you're wife material. I see why you got married.
Bye, Martin. Anyway, welcome to the channel. And you guys were talking about toxic femininity. So just like toxic masculinity, I told you guys we were going to talk about toxic femininity. So Jules is here and let's get into it.
Great. And just for the record, I didn't know about toxic femininity until Kitt sent me a message and she's like, hey, let's do this video together and I want us to discuss toxic femininity. And I was like, say what now?
Imagine being more woke than Jules.
Yeah, she's more woke than me.
How?
Yeah. Toxic. I didn't know this toxic femininity. I don't think I've even heard the term.
Yeah.
But I have an idea of what it is.
What do you think it is?
I think it's that femininity that is extremely male bashing and male removing the male from the equation. Because you see there are men who are feminists.
Yes. And
maybe it's that femininity that makes men feel like, she's a feminist. I know we're not supposed to care what they think, and right now sometimes that extremism is needed for our point to come across for the first time in millennia. But I think maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure.
I want you guys to comment down below before I even say what it is, because that's so interesting that you should say that. Because it's,
oh my god, is that the color of your eyes?
Yeah.
Oh wow, so beautiful. Wow. She has like bright brown eyes. Yeah.
My sisters call me an alien.
Yeah, you look so nice.
I guess. Thank you for saying they're beautiful. Tawi, Mitch, I hope you are listening to this. I'm not an alien. And I'm not adopted. Okay, so you guys comment before I say what it is. So, definition. Toxic femininity, just like toxic masculinity, is a tool used by other women to put others down for not being feminine enough.
Not being feminine enough or not being feminist enough?
Feminine.
Okay.
So toxic femininity doesn't have anything to do with feminism. It just has to do with being feminine. And then, so you know the way toxic masculinity is like, oh yeah, if you drink wine, you're not a man.
Okay, I get it.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this femininity, not feminist. I don't know why in my mind.
Not feminism.
Oh, so I think the mistake I had was toxic feminism. Oh, not toxic femininity. Okay. Okay, so that's why I said what I said.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we go? Number 1, I just don't see how you can be happy without kids.
Yeah. So I react. I don't even think anyone in my life has the guts to say that to my face, because they know.
Or wait till you have kids.
Yeah.
Then you'll get it.
Then you'll get it. I don't think I'd be offended by that second one, because obviously there's a perspective I don't have, because you have as a mother. But also it depends on the context. But like for me, I'm gonna be getting mad at for this. But you know how and I just hope there are people who are on my page.
Yeah, don't disclaim. Just say.
you know how when you're younger, or you hear people say they dreamt of their wedding day. I'm always like, what the how? Oops, I have to bleep that.
I didn't, by the way.
Didn't bleep. I mean, I didn't dream of my.
I didn't dream of my wedding day.
I had when I had a boyfriend. I remember my first like boyfriend. Then I told you about the Form 4 one. I remember that's the same time this song had come out, Cater to You, Beyonce's. Cater to You, that
was a bit grown for a Form 4-year-old.
You mean the song?
Yeah.
But you're 18 at Form 4.
Are you?
Yeah, I was 17. But anyways, we listened to R&B music. I listened to R&B music, yeah. And I remember that's the only time I remember thinking, on my wedding day, me and my bridesmaids were gonna sing this song to my husband.
Okay.
Like that's the only time I remember thinking about a wedding.
Yes.
Have I thought about what my wedding will look like? Yes, but I've never like dreamt of my wedding day. I've seen other people talk about it, other influencers go like, I just used to dream of my wedding. Someone is like, wow, how come I never thought of that? And it's the same for kids. I've never, when I think about my older self, I always see myself in a beautiful condo apartment, this very modern nice one. And I'm living my like professional
with the floor to ceiling windows.
Floor to ceiling windows. How did you know that? Did I say that to you before?
No.
Okay. So floor to ceiling windows.
That's where I'm at.
Yes. Yeah. Floor to ceiling windows. Lots of space, lots of quiet, lots of serene, and I see a partner. I see my man. I see somebody else in my life.
Okay.
And like a dog or a cat.
Right.
But I've never gone like,
children.
I don't see children. Not to say I don't want kids. But I'm not in a rush to want kids.
Right.
And I'm 33. The clock is ticking. I'm
right.
aware.
Right,
okay.
Right.
But I'm like, me when I see people with their kids, I'm like, in a car to strike.
Yeah.
However, I do have to say, I think it's because I've not found I think for me, okay, there's a guy I dated. It's funny, the guy I just mentioned.
Right.
The guy we were talking earlier. There's a guy I dated. He might remember thinking, if I fall pregnant, I'm okay.
I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that because he made me feel secure emotionally, even financially. Like we were both like, okay, this is where we're going to live.
Yeah, we could have a baby.
Yeah. So for me, I think when things have to feel comfortable or safe for me to want to have kids.
And that's okay. Even if you never have children or never want to have children, it's okay. Now toxic femininity is like you will never be woman enough. You will never be fully woman without children. Yeah. So that's what it is.
As a matter of fact, I feel like kids, I'm scared to have kids because I'm not, like, I just don't think I'm ready to be a good mom. Like, I don't think I'll be a good mom.
Okay.
Yet. You get? I'm like, there's still so much stuff
learning.
I need to work on. I'm really trying not to curse, babe. What? As in, I want to say so many words here. There's still so much shit I have to unpack.
Yes.
And there's things I see good moms doing.
Yes.
And I'm like,
what you judge as good moms.
Yes, what I see, I assume is a good mom.
Right.
And I'm like, Miss Jessica, also I'm not ready for kids.
Right.
And then I see the emotional and physical toll it takes on a woman.
Babes.
And I don't feel like I'm selfless enough for that. Like I still want my life. Yeah.
Absolutely. I hear that. Number 2, I'm not like other girls.
I don't know. Can you explain what that like?
Have you ever heard somebody say I'm not like other girls? Have you said I'm not like other girls?
I don't think I have.
Okay.
Because for me, I just feel like, I'm a girl.
Okay. So so I'm not like other girls is usually said by a woman to men.
Oh, you mean like that? Okay, when you put it like that, okay.
It's not said to other women. It's just said from like a woman to men to set themselves apart from the women that particular man or maybe that particular group of men doesn't like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's weaponized.
Yes.
You weaponize the statement I'm not like other girls. It's not something to make you unique. It is something to make you desirable. It's pick me. At the bottom of it, it's pick me.
I'm better than other girls. I'm not like them.
I'm not like that.
I don't fret. I don't nag. I don't nini. I'm calm. I play video games. I'm not like other girls.
So now you see what you're actually doing is putting down other girls.
Yeah.
Like other girls' choices, those are bad choices. Me, I'm not like that. Me, I'm better. Me, I'm good. Pick me.
Yeah. I don't.
So that's really toxic.
That's really toxic, actually. But I don't think I've ever done that.
I feel like I might have.
Oh, you might have?
And I don't remember when. I feel like I might have. In my teenagehood, I
right,
probably was
you
like...
felt like you're a little bit better.
Yeah, of course. I'm not like other girls.
Yeah.
Look at these girls, how they're behaving. Me, I'm not like that.
Hey, me, I was those girls.
The behaving.
Yeah. I was like, we're together, man.
I'm dead. Yeah, so that's very, very toxic. Yeah. And it doesn't matter, all of these things that we're saying, it doesn't matter if you have said them, it doesn't matter if you haven't said them or you know somebody who says them. This is not like a bashing session, this is just like an education session. Right. We're going to tell you guys, this is toxic. And then you do with that information what you want.
So how did you grow out of that?
My parents are both feminists. And my dad taught me, like, I remember being more impacted by my dad's feminism because it was a man being like that and saying, by the way, here's some money. If you're going on a date, here's some money. You buy some, like if you're going for a movie, let him buy, if he's buying movie, you buy popcorn, stuff like that, so that at the end of the date you can decide whether or not you want to kiss him. Because
I'm sorry,
boys are taught.
You talked about kissing.
He told me this verbatim, because boys are taught to buy kisses with movie, chocolate, date, car.
Yeah.
He told me this.
I think I like your dad.
My dad is bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah. So you see, that kind of whatever was like, yeah. Actually, it made me feel so much better about myself. Because this thing, it comes from insecurity. I'm not like other girls. That is very insecure. Be like other girls, and so?
Yeah.
So? Yeah. So I grew out of it. Number 3, the idea that we need to play dumb or act weak or helpless so as to attract a man.
Yeah, I can't relate. I'm sorry. Okay, let me just go to a younger me, because maybe it exists somewhere within me.
Yes.
Like, oh my god, I can't fix my car.
Like this.
I can't sit in my car. I can't fix my car, you know. Like, oh.
I don't know. Even if you're an engineer.
You know, me, actually, my problem is quite the opposite. I do the most. There's a guy I used to work with. It's so funny, I bumped into him the other day. And every time
you do more than you need to.
Me, I think I do what I need to.
Okay.
But maybe I need to be, you need to tell me.
Okay.
We're going to hang out today. You let me know. Cause
I'll let you know.
Yeah, so like, I remember this guy he's a very attractive man. And I used to think he's quite hot. But I was not into him. I just thought he was a hot guy. Like, I used to say, if I was ready to date, I would date this guy. Physically, he was my type. You are people. I'm attracted to you are people.
Character.
So, yeah.
Wow.
So one day he told me, hey, shida yako Julia, and you cannot allow a man to, what did he say? He just said, like, I have to do everything for myself.
Right.
So I said, right, what do you mean? Like, because we used to work together and he used to, you know, and we were on the same level. Like, I was not his boss. He was not my boss.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that. I was like, and then I asked him, and you know, he was not a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's not but he's a very nice guy.
Yes.
So when he said it, I didn't take it badly.
Yeah.
I even asked him why. I would just tell me, do you think that's why I'm single?
Yeah.
He's like, hey, wait, you have to do everything for yourself.
Let men do for you stuff.
So I said, so I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? See, I'm single.
Yeah.
So I don't do the thing until I get somebody.
Yeah.
Then we were walking out to the lift, yeah? And I was walking in front of him. We're going home.
Yeah.
I'm in my handbag.
Yeah.
And then I press the lift, and then I get in, I press ground. Then he said, you see, you can't even let me walk in front of you to open for you the lift, and when we enter, you're still the one who's So I'm like,
what?
When you're lift? 9 out of 10 times I'm in the lift without you.
My god, Julia.
Or without a man. So obviously I'm used to doing that. So how am I supposed to remember at now?
Because you're any random guy. This is not even your partner, just any random guy.
I move back so he can
so he can press them.
I mean, look, let's just be clear. I like to be done for things as a woman. And I'd like for the lift to be pressed, but there's some things I just can't. Okay, sorry, I just can't relate to that one.
Yeah, me neither. I cannot relate. If you're going to do something, to attract men, women are taught to do
to subdue themselves.
Yes, to be less. So we are constantly, even girls are just told to just be less and less and
tone
less.
down. Have you been told to tone down? You have a big personality. Have you been told to tone down so that you can attract a good man?
Ask these people. How many times they tell me I'm too loud? Just ask them. Ask them.
I ask them.
Yeah.
How many times? Who says?
They tell me I'm too loud.
How dare you personality shame her? They cannot personality
They
shame.
tell me I'm too loud.
Nah, girl.
I'm too much.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. So all the time, that's my thing. Yeah. So this thing, like, actually, you have to act dumb, and then you tell your girlfriend, Jules, calm down. That guy doesn't want that. That's toxic. That's toxic. If you have to tell your friend to be less, your sister, your daughter, to be less so that a man can find her attractive, toxic.
And let me just explain why it's toxic. You know me, they might not know why it's toxic. You have to accept, the people are, we're coming out as humanity, as mass consciousness. We're really coming to a place where we are understanding people's individualism and appreciating it. Before,
I like that, mass consciousness.
Before there was this thing of this is how the ideal
it has been done.
Yes, the ideal for a woman is this, the ideal for a man is this, the ideal for a farmer is this, the ideal for an engineer is this, the ideal for, you know. But now we're accepting variety more and more. Yeah. And something like a bubbly personality or being loud and outspoken, for me, like I even said in our live, it's an innate thing. So it came from the creator. Whoever who put you together did that.
So now imagine you come
that's
here
not something that's adjustable.
for your whole personality. Like you've met Kendi. How is that girl? Isn't she
expressive? I've met her for all of 5 minutes and she's very
you're just like, way Kendi. Yeah.
You need to teach her to love herself.
Now imagine you come out like that, you're 7 years old or whatever, and people start telling you, be less, be less, be less. That's not acceptable, be less, be less, be less.
Yeah, it is acceptable. Anyway, so you have yourself husband. You're allowed to didn't deny your husband. So these ones who are saying you're allowed, have they looked at their lives?
Oh, Julia, that's toxic! Anyway, let's move forward. Okay, so women judging other women for using different types of menstrual products. Apparently, now if you use a cup or a tampon, you are more mature than somebody who's using pads.
Okay. You're like, me, I don't use pads. Yeah,
that's so childish.
Yes, it's juvenile.
That's juvenile. Pads are for children.
Yeah.
For teenagers. As a grown woman, you should be. Every time you say you should be, you're judging. That is judgment. So it's toxic.
Yes.
People can use whatever the hell they want. Even nothing. There's people who free. What's it called? Free. It's called free. Wait.
Anyway, menstruation.
Yeah, it's extreme. You just live your life, and the blood just does its thing.
Even if it leaks on your clothes?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, there's people who like that. I guess they stay home. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So, women who get mad at other women for warning them that their man is cheating on them. Julia?
Let me tell you, this thing. I'm not understanding them. Maybe because maybe that means I'm not toxic.
Maybe.
Although I do understand that. I remember when I was young. Younger. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I remember when I was younger, my mom was like, I was telling my mom about how I think some guy was cheating on my friend, and she knew the couple. She knew it because they were my friends. And she was like, well, do not and
try.
I'm warning you as your mother. You know when my mom says,
as your mother.
As your mother, I'm telling you, do not go and tell her.
Try tell her.
Because when you go and tell her, wakirudiana, now the both of them will hate you. And I remember just thinking, what? I couldn't get it. How? I didn't understand it. I did not get it. Like my brain could not understand that complex social thing. I can't remember if I went and told my friend or not.
Yes.
But I remember understanding it eventually. Like, or maybe it happened to me.
Did it happen?
I can't remember, but I remember that piece of advice from my mom, and eventually, so I think maybe I might have told her. I might have told her, and then you know, wakiridiana, you know, your friends come to you when things are bad.
Yeah.
But as they are resolving things behind,
do they come to you?
Chinyamaji, they don't tell you things are being resolved. You just discover one day you go for a party and the guy is there. And you are there. And you're the one who went and told her, this guy is cheating on you. And of course she calls and says, the guy will ask, who told you? And she'll say, Julia told me, and she knows.
Julia has been wanting me for a long time.
So you see, wakirudiana, now you are not there as the thing was being resolved. So you look, now the guy hits you, and now this chick cannot be against the guy.
Right.
I can't remember.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
She can't look at him.
They
have to be on the same page.
Correct. And somebody said, you know, you need to have friends who love your man when you love him and hate him when you hate him.
Yeah.
Like now we hate him, we're together. Now we love him, we are together. It's very difficult to have that, because if you've seen your friend hurt, you'll be like, you're quite stupid.
It's very hard. Yeah, because you see what happened.
Why are you going back there?
Because that's we're not there when we can't see the makeup.
No.
That making up, we don't even know the level of it. But you see, we see the pain. Your girlfriend comes to you crying, and then she tells you this.
Yes.
So now you villainize that person.
Yes.
So I think a challenge to friends or to humans or in general, just remember when your pal is coming to talk to you about this person.
Yes.
Remember, don't just take the bad stuff. Right. Remember that
the good stuff as well.
Remember that she's still in love with this human.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. That's tough
though. So I don't know if I would tell my friends, but we do, like on over 25, my girls. We have, like Ivy says, me, if you see my man, tell me.
Please tell me.
I think Lorna was like, hey, me, just take some time. Like you have to know how your friend is, but that takes communication and trial and error. And you know, like, babe, if I actually saw your guy, how would you feel if I told you? Because some women, they feel embarrassed.
Who doesn't feel embarrassed?
You know, yeah.
People feel embarrassed. Okay. Women should be clean shaven, like a newborn. And if you're not feminine enough.
I like how you're looking at me and then I want you to start. Me, let me tell you, I am shaven under my armpits, but sometimes I don't want to. And I'm shaven because society requires that of me.
It's by force.
Yeah, it's by force.
It's by force. It's not that you chose.
Yeah, but if a time comes, like I said, this Gen Z, Maze, like Willow Smith, the other time she said she's not shaving. And I remember just thinking, oh, that looks so untidy.
Right.
And I was like, but does it?
But wait. Why should full-grown women look like pre-pubescent children?
Do you remember when we were kids? Did your mom used to shave her armpits?
My mom? Yeah. Did she? Yeah.
No, when I was young, my mom never. But then when I got into like maybe class, when I got older, like when I was 7, 8, 9, 7.
Then you remembered.
But I remember my mom and dad both having hair under their armpits as a kid. You know how you observe?
Right. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it came later. It came later.
Guys, do you see trends that are now a must?
Yeah.
I would
like to challenge that. I would like to challenge that, and especially like shaving your vulva. I've been lucky. The relationships I've been in, it's never been a thing you must do. But
sorry, just go back. There's people who are like, no, you must shave.
Yeah, sis.
You must shave your body for me.
Yeah, because they don't like a chick who's comes there.
So why are you here? Me, I'm the chick who has a full bush. So why are you here?
See, because
you look for a chick who doesn't have a bush.
But by the time you go to the bedroom, see, you've already invested emotionally. When you go to the bed, when the first day you meet, you're like, by the way,
I have a full bush. Just so you know, I don't shave. You know, I find that so sad.
There's a guy who I remember, like, listen, look.
If you're watching
me, I didn't know we were gonna hook up, okay? And he'd been talking to me, but I had been single, so I mean, because for me, waxing is so painful. What? It's so painful. Waxing. And then shaving, you get shaved back. So I just used to like leave it when I was single. Yeah. So this guy, you know, I don't know if we were talking or we just used to meet in the club all the time or whatever. And then, but also there's naivety. Yes. So he's like, oh, I'm walking out of town. Let's say he's working in Eldoret. Yes. He's like, and we hadn't seen each other for like 2 weeks. He's like, yo, Jules, man, I've missed your vibe. See, I buy you a ticket, you come. And I was like, ish, okay. So this nigga flew me out. Okay, me, I was flown out of town. But because we'd been friends, I just thought, because I was only going for like 1 night or 2 nights, I thought we were just going to go party in this like new town.
Right.
And then I come back to Nairobi. Like, I didn't think we were going to hook up. I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, Julia, really? But yes, it was not your intention. It was not my intention, and I believed in my will. I was like, anyway, it didn't even cross my mind. I just thought maybe we'll kiss, because we'd never even kissed.
Okay.
You know, we just used to hang out, cheka. There was like a chemistry.
Yeah.
So when we went, see now, things happened. And I had not prepared myself. I was there with the full African bush.
Preparation?
Full African bush, my friend. Then years later, he made a joke. He's like, yo, so you still don't see or what? You still don't shave.
Yeah.
So my feelings were hurt.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, how can you even remember that? But I'm like, but anyway, maybe it's because you were younger.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't have to be clean shaven.
But that's what I'm saying. I have been in a situation where a guy was just like, nah, that's just not his thing.
Yes.
And I know a lot of men who say that's not their thing.
Yes.
But luckily the relationships I have been in, like, you know, in between waxes you have to let the hair grow a bit. You know, so sometimes I wouldn't know. And
I don't wax.
Like
hot wax cannot go anywhere near my vulva.
So like now I consciously have this conversation like I need you to be real with me. Like, would you have a problem with that? And I'm like, be honest, because I can trim for you. Because even me, by the way, just so you know, even after waxing, sometimes I'm like, oh, it feels nice. It looks nice.
Yeah.
But there are times I don't want to. So why do I have to be stuck to one? I either don't shave or shave. Sometimes I want to have to shave or to wax because it feels fresh or whatever. And then there are times I can't be bothered and I'm okay.
Even me, like if I whatever shaving or whatever hair removal tactic I use, after that I'm like, okay, feels good, looks good, or whatever. But I know that I have been conditioned to think that way, and I know it's not my anyway. There's nothing original. There's no original thought, right? I'm socialized to feel like that when my armpits are like, when the hair cuts, because I wax my armpits, when the hair starts, I'm just like, but because I know
it's a conditioning.
But anybody do you, it's you, because even there's some men who wax or shave and the women like that, like do it like that, you know. I'm just like, how can you require that of somebody else? Like, let them be. Let people be. Hey, actually, so now there's this thing. This is very controversial. I've never talked about such things on my channel.
I'm sure I have.
Called a gold star lesbian.
Okay, I know what that is.
You've never had sexual contact with men,
or even like fingering or anything.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's a gold star.
And you discriminate against other lesbians who have.
Oh, okay.
So you're a better lesbian. I'm a better lesbian because I've never had any contact, like any kind of male contact or whatever, and you have.
Well, I think that's quite unfortunate. I can't really speak for that because, you know, I don't know, but I think that's quite unfortunate because,
like, as a person,
because I know what a gold star is. A gold star lesbian is basically a lesbian who's never had sex with a man, and they do exist.
Obviously.
But surely some people, can you imagine knowing you're gay and you're in a conservative society? So you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna have sex.
I'm going to try
because I'm going to try
and heal myself or whatever.
Or like you're gonna bleep this. I'm gonna the gay out of me. You know, some girls are out there struggling so much with their sexuality, and they're like, I need to remove this.
I need to remove it. Maybe if I just tried, I would not be gay anymore.
Or maybe they're just going through their journey, or maybe you're also a bisexual, so you can go either way.
Or maybe you're experimenting, like who did? I mean, I kissed girls in school.
Did you?
I did.
We can talk about that on your channel.
I mean,
we can talk about kissing girls. What? You did what now, Julia? Kids.
I kissed girls in school.
Yeah, well, she's quite. You really can. I'm not trying to be a good girl.
I mean, who did not?
We experimented. We're like, maybe.
No. How does it feel? We have to practice for when we.
Wow, we just got lit up in this joint.
You know, so I'm just like, everybody was experimenting. So now if you are a lesbian and you're experimenting with boys, and then so now all of a sudden you're not a good lesbian.
And
it's a lot.
And
it's
I've also heard where you have stud lesbians, the ones that are very and masculine presenting, who ideally they should be
gold star,
hard lesbian, and some of them still like penetrative sex,
right?
And I know this because there's a page I follow or there's a chick I follow. I just stumbled upon her. I used to watch a show. I was watching a show on YouTube, and I didn't know it was that kind of show. I was like, oh, and I liked her, so I went to her IG only to discover she has a YouTube channel, and she really talks about the LGBTQ community. And there's one episode I watched where she was her and a bunch of other studs. Actually, I don't know if stud is an offensive term, so you can just let me know.
Honestly, we're ignorant at this point.
But so they were just, some of the studs were like, I don't mind when, like, if my girlfriend wears a strap and treats me, and
I'm okay with
and
that.
some other studs are like, that's not.
Yeah, so you see that kind
you're
of
not masculine enough
in your femininity.
Yeah.
Okay. Women who make fun of other women in hopes it will make her more attractive to men. And apparently this is really big on Twitter.
Oh.
I'm not on Twitter, so I would not
Neither
know.
am I. I'm scared of Twitter. It's very toxic, that one. That's a toxic space. Well, I am, but I'm not active.
I'm truly just not on Twitter.
At all. I'm there like maybe once every 3 months.
No.
I just pop in.
No.
But even then I'm like, protecting my energy. What am I
quickly. Yeah. Anyway, so we can't even speak to that.
Yeah.
But this thing of women making fun of other women too, I have seen it in.
I will explain. Maybe
you know the way, like, let's say if we are hanging out a group of people, and then I start saying why are you so flat chested, Julia? You know, boobs are the ones. See, you guys.
So
You guys, right? You're attracted to, and you're making fun, right?
That's happened to me. Where a girl was talking about my bum. This is back in the day when I was like 12, 13, and this chick. With other boys, you know, at that age when, as in, you don't even know yourself, you've just started having crushes.
The only thing you want is for someone to have a crush on you.
Yeah. So this chick was just like, and everyone used to call her Coke bottle. I don't know why.
Yeah, because of how she was shaped.
And I never used to understand, because when I used to look at a Coke bottle, I'm like, it's like this. So what is? Have you understood the Coke bottle thing?
What is nice there?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh no, it was the 500 ml one. That one is shaped like this and then like this. That's why it's called Madiaba.
But me, I had a Madiaba, and she was talking to me. She was like, this one, you know, she has a big bum, sausage, what.
So what?
I can't even remember what she said.
And that's even on our list, by the way. That thing of saying that somebody who has a woman who has a flat chest is not feminine enough, and somebody who has big boobs is a hoe.
Oh, interesting.
The world is toxic.
Yeah.
That's just not to say that all women are so toxic. No, the world is toxic. We judge each other constantly.
Yeah.
In things that don't even matter. And that you cannot control. How can you control your big boobs?
You cannot control your genetics. That's true.
It's just the way you are. Yeah. Okay. Real women don't drink hard liquor. or beer.
Or beer, I think. I think hard liquor nowadays, that one has Isha.
No, that one has Isha
kidogo, but beer.
But still, beer.
Women and beer.
Women don't drink beer.
Yeah, and that one even comes from men sometimes. It's not only women.
All these toxic things, by the way, they come from everyone.
But there's a beer ad I saw where this guy and girl were on a date, and they made their orders to one waiter, and then you know sometimes you make your order to one waiter and then a different waiter brings.
Yes.
So they ordered a cocktail and a beer.
Yes.
And when the waiter came, he gave the cocktail to the lady,
of course,
and gave the beer to the man.
Of course.
And the chick was like, actually. Yeah. And then she took her beer, and the guy took his cocktail, and the waiter was like, oh, I'm sorry, you know. Yeah. And it's like, I was like, this company. Yeah, I think I used to find it. I actually find it appealing. And I don't mean sexually, I just find it appealing when I see a woman holding a beer and drinking it, and she's still a feminine girl like you, and you're just like, you're drinking your beer and you're
I'm feminine.
Yes. And you're in your truth.
Now look at this.
And you're
yeah.
I actually find it like, damn, I wish I could do that. I just don't like the taste of beer. Personally, I struggle with I've tried. I know it's an acquired taste, but I am 33 and I've still not acquired the taste.
One time I tasted beer, like my cousin had some, so I was like, let me taste this thing. And it was such a long time ago. And I was like, people drink it so often. Guys like it, let me taste it. For me, I feel like it tastes like skaringuru that has been watered down. So the idea that women should be let off for hurting her spouse because men are stronger. So if you hear a story, oh yeah, she beat up her husband, you'll be like,
yeah. Oh, I don't know, because I think I'm those people, unfortunately. Because when I hear a girl has slapped a guy, I'll be like, oh.
You'll be
but
like,
when I hear a guy has
outrage.
Yeah. So I don't know if I need to fix that, but
like as if because it assumes that abuse is only one way.
One way. It's true.
And other people cannot abuse other people. I mean, children can abuse their parents.
You know, it's a funny thing. You know, yesterday we got assaulted by Kenyan police.
Oh, God.
We were in the middle of a shoot somewhere. But anyways, one of my team members these guys wanted to cuff him, whatever. But we talked and we came to an understanding. And I don't mean understanding. I mean it was just a power aggression for no reason. And after that, I remember we were talking about it, and this guy from my team was like, you know, chicks are never required handcuffs.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, especially in Kenya, unless you're like a murder, criminal, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
usually they don't.
Yeah, and I found that, I don't know, I was just like, okay, but these things like they're everywhere. You see, these subtleties where it's like, oh no, for women we don't do that, but for men.
Yes.
Yeah. And I would understand why
a cop would do that. Because
I would
perceive a man as a greater threat than a woman.
Yeah. So I mean,
so that's why. So this thing of I mean, if you're an abuser, more often than not you get away with it for a long time
as a woman.
Because first of all, there's also the toxic masculinity of, if you're being abused, first of all, you're not man enough.
How can you unaitikia bibi yako kuchata dia tena? Yeah, I saw a story about that in Embu. Kai, my people. Yeah.
So you're literally being abused. You're a person. You're a person. People are people, and anybody can abuse anybody. So there's already that one, and then now there's this one of even if you do abuse somebody, it's still kind of okay because he's stronger than you. That's toxic. Yeah, that's toxic. Abuse is abuse.
True.
Period. So women who think, this one I love, and you're gonna like this one. Women who think that other women who enjoy cooking, child rearing, homemaking are perpetuating stereotyped gender roles enforced by the patriarchy.
Wow. Okay, I don't think that.
But you like it, right?
The point?
Yeah.
Yes. Because now we are coming from a place of now the women who are the women who are against the patriarchy.
Yes.
I mean, we all should be against the patriarchy. Yes. But I mean, what I mean is like, oh, because she wants to stay home and take care of the kids, then she's now
we're against her. She's against us.
Again, I think
she's against us.
I think that's what it's like. We have to accept variety and what the variety that human existence, being a human, gives us. The same way, and I dare say this, for many people nowadays, monogamy is not.
Yes.
For me, I'm like, you know, I used to be like, how can you be in a polyamorous relationship? So, you know, because growing up, I'm like, you know. I couldn't get it. But then when you
I still don't get it. But I'm like, for other people, it seems to be working.
I can't say I don't get it. I think I do. I think I do in the sense that, because for me, I'm still very fiercely monogamous. But I wish I had the mental to be like, okay, now let's open up our relationship. Because at the end of the day, things happen. Like now I'm challenging monogamy. I'm challenging the idea of monogamy for everybody and every person. The same way Githeri is for me, but it's not your liking. You understand? I think even the way we conduct let me do it with motherhood. The way you will discipline Kendi, maybe not the way I'll discipline Wema. Okay, and it will work for your dynamic and for your child and whatever, you know. So if there's only one way to experience romantic relationship, or rather, is it fair to say that there's only one way?
Is it fair to
romantic
say
relationship? Or is there only one way to look at a family?
Right.
Mom, dad, kids. You see?
Maybe it's mom, dad.
Yeah.
Mom, dad.
So now for me, because of understanding the variety that life is giving us, because of our different lived experiences, I don't know, genetics, I don't know, whatever, traumas, whatever they are, I'm now becoming open-minded. about it.
I wouldn't say I was closed-minded, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, it's not for you.
It's not for me. And for the most part, I feel like there's always someone suffering in that dynamic. And I don't
but that's because you're looking at it from the
outside,
from the lens of a monogamous person.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it from the outside. Like, even if I'm watching videos, because there's this YouTube channel that I follow, that they're a throuple. Now they're not even together anymore, but it's like a married couple and a girlfriend, and then they ask the girlfriend to be their wife as well. And there was just always someone suffering, whether it was one of the girls or the man. There was just always someone suffering.
So in a normal relationship.
Yeah, normal relationship.
But even in a normal relationship,
there's always someone suffering. There's always someone suffering.
Yeah,
you're right. You're
like, why am I always? Why am I always picking up the socks? Why am I always doing I'm doing everything in the house? All you do is pay the bills. There's always someone suffering everywhere.
You are so right.
But now, because we are looking at the throuple, we are magnifying. We are really
and we are saying it is because of the throupleness.
The throuple, yeah, it's not because of human nature that yes, things will. You cannot always be in a balance. And with the throuple relationships, throuple dynamics are usually the most challenging because of the odd number.
Yes.
So there's the throuple. You see that, but you see that that is monogamy in throupleness. There's people who are in throuples, but they're also in polyamory, meaning they're in open relationships. So you can be the three of you, but the relationship is not open.
Yes. It's yeah, that's what they were. They were
Ama, you can be 3 or 4 or 3, but I am allowed to see other people. But you see, there's rules. But those rules are so specific. The communication is so yani it's at the top, and you don't even have that in monogamous relationships.
No.
But what do you have in monogamous relationships? A man cheating, a woman cheating. And when the man cheats, we go and sit with them in the bar, we're like, listen, this is how you hide your side chick. We support the cheating. But we see people in throuples and we're like, oh my god, it's so horrible, it's so against morals, it's so against, and it's like, human nature. You guys, come on now. That was what has made me become open-minded, kids. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not just taking things and going with them. I'm just looking and I'm like, see me, I have my life to live.
Yeah.
Me personally, I've said I don't know if it can work for me because I've never dealt. Me, jealousy is too much for me. I still have that ownership, like you are mine. But I want to challenge myself.
Jealousy is too much.
I get jealous.
Yeah, for true. Yeah, but anyway, whatever you like to enjoy as a woman. I know we have digressed, but we are back here. Whatever you like to enjoy as a woman, cooking, child rearing, homemaking, whatever it is. Nowadays, gender stereotypes are loose.
But can I ask you, how would you, kids, look at a woman who has our family where the guy is at home and the woman is working in Kenya?
We actually have neighbors like that.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Oh,
so.
And you don't judge them negatively?
No, I don't. And I don't even like say, oh, well done guy for staying home, because that's another kind of judgment, because it's like men should not be caregivers. He's a caregiver, and his wife goes to work.
Okay.
Yeah, outside of the home. He works inside of the home and raises their 2 children. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't judge, and I don't think it's nowadays it's very, people can be like that, people are like that. Okay, last one. Women who announce loudly and confidently that they are not feminist.
Wow. Hey, that's a tough one, because we all want the women to be feminists, then the women who say they are not, and then we are like, how can you not be a feminist and you're a female? And I think I bring it back to people really don't understand what feminism is. Because at the most basic definition of feminism is you believe that women should be able to access safety, jobs, food, education the same way men access them. Period. So now you're saying you don't believe that? For me, I'm like, wait, you think that women should not be able to access safety, education, equal pay?
What? Huh? Yeah. And it's back to the pick me. I'm not a feminist. Me, I'm wife material. When you come to me, I'm not going to try and make you, because again, you think feminists are people who want to bring down men. When in fact, hey, see, we're dealing with a lot.
And then there's a hit to like feminazis.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why sometimes I'm scared to, I've been scared to declare myself a feminist because I'll be automatically categorized into a feminazi. But the thing is,
which is another policing strategy. You know that, right? Like, it's to bring you down.
It's to bring us down. But I do believe I'm a feminist. But it's just that I don't publicly, because I have a platform and a voice, I don't say I'm a feminist because I feel like I don't understand feminism properly. Like, I don't feel like I'll represent. I feel like I'll do something or say something and upset a feminist.
Right.
So I don't publicly declare that I'm a feminist, but I am a feminist. I do believe in.
I'm a feminist. Yeah. I publicly declare. Yeah.
I think before I publicly declare, I think I need to read a book or two to understand the journey. You know, there was a whole female rights movement. Like, we've only just started being able even to vote in the last 30, 40 or 50 years. Sit in high positions. We are still in a male-dominated world. You know?
But what community are you from?
In Kenya?
Yeah.
Kikuyu and Embu.
Okay, so your community is very matriarchal.
The Kikuyus?
Yes.
That's what I hear. But I think they used to be like that before colonization. I think before colonization, Kikuyus were matriarchal.
You've proven my point. Kikuyus are feminists. Like, in their culture is feminist. Because they believe that women should be able to access the same things as men.
It's true.
Yeah.
And so women even held high position within the community. They were
exactly. So I think feminism has been given a Western lens, which it's not. I mean, because me as an African feminist, the things that I deal with are very different from a white feminist woman in America or whatever. They're so different. Even some of the struggles that she is going through, and she's like, join my cause. I'm like, babes, I'm trying to feed my children. Like, my children cannot access food because they're female. I cannot support your quest to marry, let's say. Maybe something that is not as high on the basic needs hierarchy, you know. So feminism has been given that Western lens, and that's what everybody sees it as, because they're the ones who came up with it.
Feminism in Africa would look like, or in Kenya or whatever. Oh, that's an interesting perspective I never thought of.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
Are we done?
We're done.
That was it. I feel like that was so quick. I mean, I know we've been here for a long time, but let me tell you, when you're shooting and you're having a good time, you look at your watch, you're like, what?
Wait a minute. Yeah. So you guys, if you have any other like examples of toxic femininity and you want to share them with us, if you feel some type of way about what we have said, comment in the section below. Again, keep it respectful. We're not trying to harm anybody, and you don't harm us as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Until next time, you guys, bye.